channel. I'm Lewis, for those of you that are new here. It's lovely to have new people coming along and supporting my channel and subscribing. So welcome if you're new here, and if you're returning, welcome back, as that's also lovely to see people returning and coming back to my channel. Today's video is about how much I spent on books that helped me improve my mental health. As I have done some videos on mental health, and it is a big issue at the moment. Just going to move back a bit, as everyone's struggling with the lockdown and the consequences of the pandemic. So I thought this would be a really good video to help you guys at home, as one or two of these books I have seen in countless other people's videos. So I'm hoping it'll help you guys. Stick around if you're interested, because I should be telling you how much I spent in total on all three books, and I shall be telling you a little bit about them in this video. I think reading, I've always read from an early age, because I had a grandparent. One of my granddads couldn't read, and it's always been a big thing when he got a paper and he learnt to read. And back in his day when he was growing up, there wasn't a big emphasis on children learning to read and having things like World Book Day initiatives where you get a free book. So there's never an excuse of, oh, I haven't got the money, I can't afford to read, I've got to buy a book. We're trying to move into an era now where it isn't expensive, it isn't a luxury like iPads and iPhones, and even the poorest households in the UK, Ireland and Scotland should be entitled to get books so they can get into reading, because I find reading really relaxing personally. And if you can read, I think it just opens so many doors for you. You can't read, you can't do things like take a driving test, you can't fill out legal forms and things, and you just generally struggle more in life, to be honest, if we look back at like the Victorian times. So yeah, it's always important, and it's instilled in my mum from him as well, my granddad, that he always wanted all his girls to read as well, because I think back in his day there was a generation thing as well, as girls didn't get an education whereas some boys did, and different things like that really. And his parents never really taught him to read. So we've always read, me and my sister, and we've enjoyed different books. And we used to do the World Book Day, take part in that, and we used to take part in I can't remember what it's called now, it's like a special scheme, and you'd have to read so many books a week in the 6 weeks holidays that we have here in the UK. So that was very good as well. So with that, I'm just going to get on with showing you the books, because I've gone on for nearly 3 minutes now. First book I'm going to show you is this one, which is in my other video. It's Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. Now he is a bit of an influencer, and he's all about health and mindset. He's like a mindset person, and from what I've read so far, it says on the back here, I'll read this: how you can learn to truly love yourself, how you can transform negative emotions into positive ones. Is it possible to find lasting happiness? In this book, Instagram guru Vex King answers all these questions and more. Vex overcomes adversity to become a source of hope for thousands of young people, and now draws from his personal experience and his intuitive wisdom to inspire you too. And I'll just show you that it's got all like the bits about it, and I found it quite interesting really, because there are personal bits from him which I understand as a new influencer that are quite personal to share with people. But he obviously felt it's worth sharing some of the hardships in this, as it makes you realise that your life isn't as bad as others. And he even realises it himself, even though he grew up in a poor background, that his life wasn't the best, but there are always people worse off than the level where you think you are in life. I'm currently on one that says study your emotions, and I'm not sure how many chapters there are in here. I just think it's really helpful, all these chapters here, and I just found it quite interesting. I like to read books about other people, obviously. I think a lot of us do. And it's like, I think of books like an old-fashioned TV, way before the TVs come out. And it's nice to take your mind off things about your own personal worries, your issues. Maybe it's about your business, losing your job, looking for a new job, finances, debt, all that kind of thing. So it's nice just to take your mind away. I like to go off just over there into my bathroom and have a nice bath and relax. I did try and implement a rule of not having technology in the bathroom. Now this, guys, might help you with your mental health, because I found when I was on my phone looking at Instagram, like some days I've been obsessed whilst being off work with my mental health, scrolling through people's reel. But really, I think I need to be looking at how to make a reel of my own than looking at everybody else. But I've been doing a bit of research for my business on there as well, but now I've done too much. So I like to go in the bath and read a book, either a self-help book or one of my other non-fiction type books, fiction books. I also like autobiographies, but I'm very picky who I read as well with them. And they're like every now and then, they're not the everyday kind of book I read, because I get boring otherwise reading about other people's lives and it gives me too much to think and I can't sleep. So yeah, that's the Vex King book, and he's also got another book out which I can't remember the name, but I can link it below if any of you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments. Now this one is very oldie worldy, which I did say in my other video. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now some of you will probably enjoy this a bit more than me. I'm quite basic when it comes to English and language. So I think this book has got, they've tried to update it as best as they can. It's a very old book. It didn't say exactly when it come out. I think it was the 30s, 40s, I don't know. But I know this was been out a good while. I think it did say in here, it might have been online, I was reading it. It's quite useful. I've had a bit of a break in replacement of this one because I felt this one was more modern by Vex King. And it's like speaking to someone in today's times. Whereas maybe if you're a bit older, like 50 or over maybe. I do know we've got at least one follower on here that's 60 and she'd probably enjoy this one because it's an older language. If you understand the old English, then this is probably better for you. But for me, it was a little bit complicated. And this one again is a self-help type book, and the only book you need to lead you to success. And this one's more focused on how to get on with other people, which I definitely need that because I struggle and have done for some time. So I'm starting to start my own business because I find it really hard working for other people. Some of it's my mental health, but some of it is I like to do my own thing in my own time due to my autism, and people don't understand that in the workplace. They want things bang, 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 and done quickly. And they don't understand that if you've got ASD, you need to have time to think about things. So that affects my health when I'm rushing and I'm not having time to think about things. So I do struggle with that. It says here, his advice, referring to Dale, has stood the test of time and will tell you how to make friends quickly and easily. It's very peoply out there. Win people over to your way of thinking, which I suppose is quite good if anyway, really. I want to win followers on my social media, but if you have a bad attitude, then people aren't going to follow you, which I do follow someone that had this issue originally. Even though they're from a marketing background, it's their attitude that's stopping people interacting with her social media side and interacting. So again, it's all to do with the mind and mental health in some cases. In mine it's about mental health at the moment and I'm still working on that. Improve your conversation skills and become more entertaining. That's another one as well. Maybe if you go for an interview, for instance, and you're boring, people don't want to listen to someone drone on. They've had 50 candidates, you come in and you're entertaining. And I was just watching a program actually with that Hayley Pearson, and she was on the call centre back in 2014-15 with Ned Wiltshire, who ran Save Britain Money, which was an energy company, and they sold tariffs, but then they also went into selling solar panels for houses and different things. And she was really, really bright and bubbly, really, and she had a personality. And the BBC have now signed her up to her own show, Hayley does, and she does different things to do with life. Like she's done mental health, she's done fashion, she's looked at the dogs in lockdown and all the issues with that. And someone there saw her on this programme or worked with her back then and thought, yeah, she's got great personality, she's got banter, she's fun, she's full of life. Her personality is like two people in one, is the only way I can describe her. So yeah, if you're entertaining, that sometimes is needed. And again, that helps with your mental health. If you can have a laugh with people, then that can really help. Acquire new clients and customers. Now, this will be very good as well if if you're on social media like me, that can help with winning new clients and customers. People have wrote reviews on these books and they've said that they've been game changers. Like, they've noticed in 6 to 12 months they've increased clients, they've got on better with people, they've been more happier in their relationships with work colleagues, personal relationships with husbands and wives. So it's quite important. But this one I just found a bit hard going, to be honest, with the old-fashioned language, and I felt like I had to keep stopping and looking up things. That one is slightly better for older people, I reckon. This Vex King book is good for any age, over 16 or whatever, I'd probably say. Now this one, Make It Happen, Manifest the Life of Your Dreams. This is really good, and I think this one's quite old as well. I don't know how old it is, but it has been out for a while, and I love all like this gold on it. I haven't started this because another thing as well I do is I have a tendency to start one book, then start another, and then start another. So I'm not trying to do that anymore. I'm only trying to have 2 books on the go, and once one's finished, I pull it in another space away from the ones that I've still got to read, so I don't get confused and I have a system. This one, oh, it says down here, witty, practical and laugh out loud funny. This is a book you'll want to keep close by as you manifest what means the most to you. Someone's done a book called You Are Enough, and I think that leads on to this one. I think it does, I'm not sure. Cassie Jones, I'm going to call her. There it is, just written down there. Just having a look. Now this is just about, again, manifesting to the world of what you want. If you want to maybe have more clients in your business, or you want that dream career, it's all about speaking about it to the world and manifesting it and thinking more positively again. And I'm just having a look if I can find the chapters to tell you more. It's got thoughts, feelings, actions, faith, which is quite an interesting one, faith. Manifesting love and money. So you've got all these categories down here, which are quite interesting. Notes, thank you, and index. Yes, so this is one of them books as well, where you will probably want to have a notepad and write as you go along. Either in the book in pencil, not pen. In pencil, so then you can rub it out, or sticky note. I love sticky notes, so I put them in all my books, and they're probably more expensive than a bookmark, to be honest. So yeah, this can help with the manifestation. Thinking more positively about things, because again, when I was watching APS and she's doing her mental health, I think she did it for 2 weeks. She filmed with the BBC, seeing different people. She met an incredible woman that used to be on the TV when she was younger, and she lost her partner at 30, and she's talking about how she come to terms with it. And she said, I had to do something every day, if it's the washing, feeding the kids, washing the kids, or any of that. She said, I had to do all these other things that made me feel better, and my sadness will be here, and then I had to make a bigger thing around it, which is quite true. She said, for me, some days it'd be a big thing to get dressed, but I feel like that when I have depression, and then when I go out I have anxiety and worry about all sorts of people dangerous driving, so I try not to drive as much now. I worry about coming back and not having anywhere to park because I haven't got my own drive. So yeah, these books would help with your mental health. I'll just show you them all together, as they're all there for different purposes. But what I would say is, like I said earlier, only start one book at a time. Don't do what I did. What I did is I started this one, put my ribbon in, and then I couldn't get on with it, so I went off it, and I thought I'll do this one because I need the help now, and then I'll go back to this one maybe when I'm feeling better and I've got more mental energy to deal with it. And then lastly, I'll read this one and look at getting the second book for this. I think there's 3 of these. So yeah, they're quite good books, all for different reasons. I've just worked out the total cost. It's $31.82, which is what you all come here to find out how much I spent. Now, I'm quite surprised with that, because what can you get for £31.82 really? You can get a lot really. That might be like one of my household bills a month, like my internet or something like that. So I think that's quite a good investment really. It's not like it's £80 in book. And with these books, you're investing in yourself with these, and you're not on a subscription like Amazon Prime where they can take them off you when you stop paying for your subscription. So what's good is you can always go back to these. Like I said, with this one, you'll probably want to take notes in this one, and you can probably take notes with this one if you wanted. If there's anything you're going to forget, if that's the way you learn and the way you want to look back at it, then that's fine as well. But yeah, $31.82 isn't bad to spend on these books at all. I think that's quite a good price, to be honest, and it's like I feel it's an investment in your health. It's like spending £2,000 to go back to college. Well, if you're going to get the maths and the practical course with that, then it's worth it. If you're going to do that job at the end, or you're going to be able to level up to go to uni and do a better paying job. So it all just depends on what you want to do, really. I've started reading more because I used to love it when I was younger, and I haven't been reading as much over recent years. Sometimes life gets on top of you as you get older. Some people have a family. In my case, I had a business, and I moved my business, then I closed it down. So I've gone back to reading books, and I really suggest reading books as well for those of you guys that travel on public transport. I used to love it on buses when I used to, but now I drive. I don't have that time, and I've never gone on the train to work, really. So I know people who travel to London or live in London, and it's nice to listen to music or podcasts. My sister listens to podcasts, but sometimes it might be nice if you're travelling to work or whatever, where you can read a book and just shut yourself off from the world, to be honest. You don't have to have music on, or you don't have to listen to podcasts and feel like there's someone always talking at you. Sometimes it's nice just to read a book and focus on your own well-being. And again, what a better time to do it when you're on the train or you're on the bus to read these type of books while you're on the way to work, and it can set you up for the day. When I had my business, I really missed going to the gym for an hour or two in the morning and then going to my shop and opening it up, because that was really good for my well-being. So I've gone on long enough, and I'm going to leave that video here for today, and I'll be back next week with another finance video. Please leave a cheeky thumbs up and comment below if you enjoyed this video. I am noticing some more comments, and I've had some more subscribers since my last 2 videos, I think it is. So I'm really excited about that. So thank you for joining, and don't forget to comment as well, because this really helps with future content and the algorithm, because as I'm still quite a new creator, I'm trying to build up my comments in the comments section and find out what you guys like and don't like. So that's all for this week, and I'll see you on Sunday with another budgeting type video. Bye!